Alright, so what is up YouTube? It's your boy Chaz Giovanni checking in. I know it's been a while, been on a little hiatus because I've been doing a lot of different things with life. And yeah, as you can tell by the title, I decided not to join the military, and I'll tell you the reasons why. Also, I'm going to separate this video by chapters, so if you want to skip ahead, if you want to just go to a certain section just to see what's going on, feel free to do so, because this might be a long one. So here we go. As a little disclaimer, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is not a video about me bashing the military or anything like that. I definitely respect the armed services, which is why I was actually deciding on joining the military in the first place. I have family members who are in the military. I have friends who are in the military, which is kind of the reason why I was heading in that direction. For starters, I realized that the military just wasn't for me because I'm a very creative individual. I like to have a lot of freedom, and this is not to say that you can't have freedom in the military. I've talked to my father, I've talked to my friends, and they still say that they do have freedom in the military. But it just didn't seem like it was gonna be something that I wanted to do. It's almost like starting an entry-level job all over again. I was working an entry-level job before I decided to join the military. Or before I started the process of joining the military, which was at an insurance company. Now, this insurance company had great benefits, had the whole nine or whatever. It was a call center job. So it's something that was very repetitive, dealing with a lot of angry customers, dealing with a lot of just... When I was younger, I told myself that if I'm not where I want to be in my career as a photographer or a filmmaker by a certain age, and I feel like we as creatives, we tend to put that limitation on ourselves. If I'm not at this certain point in my life, when I turn this age, then I'm gonna go ahead and do this. It's almost like a plan B, I guess. But my plan B, when I started to go towards my plan B, I didn't really give myself the full opportunity to pursue my career as a YouTuber, as a filmmaker, as a photographer, doing all this freelance. I didn't really give myself the opportunity to do so. I've had a lot of different blessings that have happened in my life. Definitely give all the glory to God when it comes to that, because I was able to get a lot of this equipment that I'm using right now, be able to produce content at the caliber that I want to produce content. Equipment doesn't necessarily matter, but I knew that with a certain type of quality of video that I wanted to produce, I needed certain type of camera equipment. Going back, because I kind of got off track, when I was in college, I said to myself, by 26, if I'm not where I want to be, then I'll go ahead and join the military. 26 came around, and I wasn't where I thought I should have been in life. I was doing pretty good. I was actually doing very well for myself at 26. But I just felt like I wasn't where I wanted to be, you know, a full-time creator and just doing things that I love. I guess made me feel like I wasn't succeeding in my dream, if you will. So when I turned 26, I said, nah, I'm not gonna give up. I'm just gonna keep working this 9 to 5, and then until my dream actually happens, that's when I'll actually say, okay, I don't have to worry about going to the military, because I was so hesitant. I was beyond hesitant on going. The reason why I was hesitant is because I knew it was a major lifestyle change, and I didn't think that I would be ready for that. Not to mention, I had at the time I had locks that were, or I had a fro at the time, and then I eventually transitioned into locks, and I did not want to cut my hair. That was a big thing for me. I did not want to cut my hair because my dad is bald. I thought that I was gonna eventually end up bald because my dad's brothers are also bald. My grandfather is bald, but I guess it depends on your grandmother's genes or something like that. Long story short, with the military, me being 28 now, back in November of 2020, I decided to go ahead and say, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and join, because I was kind of like joining out of fear of, you know, getting to 26 and then realizing like, oh crap, I'm not where I want to be in life yet, and I was putting unnecessary pressure on myself to get to where I want to be in life, which can kill any of your dreams that you have or anything that you're working towards. It can kill it. Like, that type of pressure that you put on yourself is so unnecessary, and we as creatives tend to do it a lot. So don't overthink it. If you're not where you want to be in life, just keep working at it, keep working towards whatever it is that you're working towards, and eventually that time and effort will pay off. Because I'm starting to see things unfold in my life that I never thought would have happened, and it was just like, it seemed so unattainable at a certain point in my life, that once I started to see those things unfold, it made me truly believe that, okay, I'm on the right track. With me deciding to join the military back in November, or start the process of joining the military and going through MEPS and everything, it was from that time span of November all the way to, we're in May now, so I was supposed to ship out June 3rd. So from November all the way up until now, I was kind of like fighting with myself back and forth, like, should I go? Should I just, continue freelance full time? Because I started getting more clients coming in, and I kind of figured this was gonna happen. When I decided that I'm actually gonna go ahead and go through with the military, that my clients were gonna start picking up, in which they did, which I'm super grateful for. I just decided that, look, okay, I gotta make a decision. Like, it's either I go or I don't go, and I just pursue photography and filmmaking full time. Because I had a lot of people telling me that, yes, you can do it in the military. Yes, you can, still be creative in the military. You still have your personality. I wanted to focus on that full time. Filmmaking, photography, creating art, creating content full time. Can't do that in the military. You have other obligations that you have to meet before you can have that time to work on whatever it is that you want to work on. So I just decided one day that, all right, I got to make my mind up. And I went ahead and told my recruiter what I was planning on doing. Of course, they were not happy. And for anyone who is struggling with, should I go, should I not go, you really have to think deeply about what it is that you are wanting to get from the military. Because it can be a great thing. It can be a great career path for some people. I just decided it wasn't a great career path for me, and going through all of those, I feel like that kind of made me realize that it wasn't for me. I should have realized a lot sooner, but such is life. I guess we can get into the next topic, which is why I left my 9 to 5. I kind of touched on that in the first topic. I definitely wanted to be a full-time filmmaker, which is why I got a film degree from Georgia State. That was the whole purpose of me going to film school, even though it wasn't technically a film school. I mean, I've learned a lot more outside of school than I did while I was in school, how to make films and how to take pictures. A lot of it's self-taught, a lot of it's, learned from here on YouTube. So a lot of it really boiled down to, okay, how can I get the money to take the leap? That was the biggest thing for me. How can I have a little security blanket to where I can just take this leap and still be able to pay my bills when I'm not having clients coming in 24/7. So luckily I was able to get what they call a profit sharing, which was through the insurance company that I worked for. We got profit sharing, and I was able to get it twice. So the first time I got it, I was able to get a lot of equipment that I have now. It was a decent amount of money. The second time I got it, which was just recently, I was able to have enough to save up to where I can get my own apartment and still have some money left over to pay bills with and, survive off of, which is great. And then clients started rolling in. Also great. That was how I was able to get the courage and the confidence to go ahead and take that leap. And it's scary as hell. I'm not gonna lie, it is scary as hell taking that leap of faith when you don't know when your next job is gonna be, when your next paycheck is gonna be, and how you're gonna be able to do this, that, and the third, like you're so accustomed to doing because you work a 9 to 5. But I will say, having that freedom and that free time is so rewarding, because you can pretty much do what you want as long as you make sure that you have ways to make money, and that can be a numerous amount of things. There's so many different ways that you can make money, especially in this pandemic, where you can make money basically being at home. So, maybe that can help you if you're trying to figure out how to take the leap. There's plenty of ways that you can do it, and this is a great time for career change. I guess I'll touch on how I was, I guess, wavering between, do I want to go ahead and go full-time freelance and really just take this risk, this calculated risk on myself and for my career, or do I just go the safe route and just go full-time into the military, which the branch that I was actually choosing was the Navy. So going into the Navy, it would have been pretty straight, honestly. It would have been pretty nice as far as, like, you know, me not having to worry about going to combat as much, me not being deployed as much. But those weren't the things that were important to me. What was important to me was lifestyle. What type of lifestyle can I live? You know, what's gonna allow me the lifestyle that I want to have. Ultimately, I decided on freelancing. Yeah, I know a lot of people would say the military is the best way to get the lifestyle that you want, but you know, there's so many different ways you can skin a cat. I mean, there's possible opportunities that I can get while freelancing that I probably wouldn't get while in the military, and vice versa. It's all about, you know, just making that choice and sticking with it. Next topic would be, this is a good one. This was the confirmations that I got from God. And it's okay if you're not religious. I'm not gonna be super preachy or talking about God, talking about religion, but this is just based on my views and my experience. When I kept asking God for confirmations on which route I should go, and this is going back to the topic where I was kind of wavering between going full-time freelance over here, or on the other hand, going into the Navy full-time. I decided to go ahead and ask God, okay, what do I do? I'm having such a hard time making up my mind as to which path I should follow. God, what should I do? I remember very clearly I was on my way from Macon, Georgia, going to Savannah to go see my dad. And I was on the phone with Brittany, which is my girlfriend. We were talking about confirmations and just talking to God about asking for those confirmations to ensure that you're on the right track. So the confirmation for me was, I said, God, if I'm meant to go into the military full-time, just something very common, show me an orange Mustang while I'm driving on this interstate. And if I'm meant to go full-time freelance, and this is very specific, I said, show me a silver CLK 430 Mercedes-Benz. The one thing that I did see was the very next song that that popped up on my radio was a song by Toro y Moi, who also his full name, or his real name is Chaz Bear or something like that, which is kind of ironic because my name is Chaz. So I was like, oh, okay. But the name of the song was Freelance, and he was wearing a silver jacket. Okay, so now I guess we can talk about who I am as a photographer. So how I see photography, and this is like a good topic for me because I never really talk about what I see or why I started photography or how I see photography. Photography for me started when I was much younger. This was like when I was in elementary school for sure, because my mom had the little disposable film cameras that you could take to like Walmart, CVS, Walgreens to get developed. I had those. So whenever we would go on vacations, my mom would always take those cameras with us and I would always snap pictures. It was always a good time just being able to just take pictures and just experiment with different cameras and just kind of like learn my way around photography and kind of learn what it meant to me. So I'd say my overall goal with photography, to show people, and this is gonna sound so cliche, but to show people how I see the world and how beautiful I think the world actually is, or just life itself. And I feel like a lot of photographers say that, but this is true to me because when it comes to the way I see things, I already see the world in a different way than most because I'm a skateboarder. So when it comes to seeing a stair set, I see an obstacle that I can jump down or do tricks over, or a handrail. I see an object that I can grind or do a slide on, or something different, something out of the norm that most people wouldn't think when they see a handrail. I just look at the world differently. Photography is just a way to express myself, a way to just show people how unique of a way that I see the world around me. And last but not least, we'll go ahead and get into rebranding. So this channel is no longer going to be called Get Out and Explore. I'm actually going to rebrand it, and it's going to be called FPIN, which is an acronym that stands for Finding Purpose in Nature. So instead of it just being Get Out and Explore, I kind of wanted to make it a little bit more meaningful. I'm definitely gonna be exploring still, going out to different places that I've never hiked before and bringing you guys along with me. Definitely gonna get some drone shots. I really wanted to capture some type of message in each vlog. So that's what I plan on doing with this channel going forward. So instead of it just being get out and explore, it's gonna be finding purpose in nature. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be really dope. And if you made it this far in the video, I greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in. Be sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can stay updated as to when I release content. If you want to chime in to what part of the video may have helped you, greatly appreciate it, and would love to read, what your guys' thoughts and opinions will be. All right, so that is enough for me. Hope I didn't talk your head off, but hopefully you got to learn a little bit about me in the process. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.